Yes. All right, we'll be back from the break. It's 28 minutes to the top of the hour. I was having an interesting discussion here with Dennis Mbika. Of course, we shall be proceeding further. We shall be telling you what we were putting out there as we're winding this up. Well, Smart Means Business, your daily kickstarter. We're into our business insight, and we're heading into the last minutes of the show. And still with Dennis Mbika, sales manager, Let's Go, Uganda. Now, like I promised you, the Microfinance Deposit Taking Act is going to be the biggest discussion, of course, which enhanced the microfinances with what they can do before what they could do. Now, let's take a look at this law now, the Microfinance Deposit Taking Act. You know, in your own opinion, how, if we have to have a general picture about it.
Yeah, thank you. Just to talk about the different levels of banking. We have the commercial banks, tier 1, okay, to mention but a few Stanbic, Centenary, Stanchart. So those ones that are under commercial banks.
Commercial banks.
So then we have the others who take deposits, tier 2, okay, we have them here. Then tier 3, and that's where I'm talking about. That's where this act basically
lies.
Yes, lies. Traditionally, in the old regulation, they were only allowed to take deposits.
Yes.
Customers' deposits, where they could either save or have fixed deposit accounts, withdraw, transact with them, and just give out credit. So they were limited in scope. So that act you are referring to was just giving an enhancement, and still it's in line with government a policy of financial access, financial inclusion. So basically it was enhancing the scope.
Okay.
It was enhancing the scope of the operation. For example, if they were only taking deposits and giving out loans, now with the emergence of Islamic banking, they were not supposed to do it. So our Muslim friends who want to do the Islamic banking, we are not either benefiting, and the banks were, and those microfinances were not benefiting from them. So this that tier 3, now they are able to do Islamic banking. They are allowed to become money agents, okay, to operate agencies. For example, I have one branch in Kabare, for example. I can now become an agent of Bank of Africa, and I'm operating within myself. I'm giving an example. I'm operating within my premises. I can have an agency for mobile money. You see, mobile money services have put pressure on banks. And as the saying goes, we either win or they lose, or you join the wagon. You join them. Yes. So we are partners with the mobile money people. So you rather say, instead of operating my bank account and the person decides to go outside and deposits money on mobile money, I rather have the service here. As you withdraw and you want to put on your phone, I also put the money on your phone. So I will get a commission from the mobile money telecom company for transacting on their behalf.
Exactly.
So what it's trying to do is to make a bundle of products or a supermarket. When you enter my premises, you can take a loan, you can save, you can operate fixed deposit account. Now the Muslim brothers and sisters, they can do their Islamic banking. Then now you can become mobile money agent, you can do mobile money there. And interestingly, you can also do bank assurance. That account, that act also helped them
to be in position to give that
bank assurance, whereby now we are just leveraging on partnerships.
Oh yes.
So now with the insurance companies, you see, if you have an account in my bank or in my institution, and I'm able also to tell you, as you withdraw money, I tell you, but you need to insure either your money or your property. Or your life. And I'm hearing it from the bank. There is public trust that bankers never lie.
Yeah.
Okay? So they never lie. So when I tell them about insurance, it becomes different from if an insurance agent
came to you. Yes, true.
So when we indeed already decide that we are now having social protection, people can access insurance through bank assurance. The banks have partnered with insurance companies to give the services now. So that was just the enhancement. Maybe I want to talk about the lowest category, the tier 4. These are regulated. These are regulated by Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority.
Tier 4.
They are there. The former who used to have what we used to call money lenders licenses, which you go to the magistrate and you just get your license and you go on the street or under the tree and you start lending money or in your premises.
Yes.
So now all that one was bundled and they are being regulated by Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. And this has also now increased public trust. Yes, even if you find me and I have my license in my office, you know, I'm known, I have a regulator who will come to me, you'll quickly deal with me.
Definitely.
Yes, so it formalized the other informal lending which was there, and they have strict regulations, even you know where to go in case of a complaint. So that is the overview of the banking sector and how different levels are regulated. And all this is to give the public have to have trust in the banking sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's take a look at this law and from the aspect of financial inclusion, vis-a-vis what's happening, what we have of late, and now since it's in 2 acts, you know, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, I think 5 years is the best estimation in terms of financial inclusion. But this may cut across, because we have different people that are not Ugandans. I think even refugees are part of the unserved population.
Yes.
You know, let's talk about that.
Yes, I'm doing one of the. I'm doing a study about the underserved. I have passion and I have been about the underserved. I have been even in other media houses talking about it. The topic I like. So I'm doing a topic about Nachivari refugee settlement.
Yes.
The underserved people are there. You see, you get the refugee acceptance, you are here. What they can only do is play football and get free food. And these are the youth who came from Rwanda, who came from Congo. These are the youth who are energetic. So, if you don't serve them, by the time they stop being refugees, they have already outlived the youthful stage. The youthful and useful stages. Useful stages. So, if you focus on such settlements where they are, and you take the services there, because what has been limiting their participation is identity. Somebody knows this is a refugee, tomorrow is going to go back. But now they have refugee cards which are formal, which are issued under opium office. Yes. So now they have identity, you know how long they are here, you know why they are here.
Okay.
So banks have incorporated them now. Yes, because they can do activities. If you have been in such areas, those big camps, if you have been bidding,
not getting a chance actually to visit some.
Yes, it's in fact when you are there, you can't actually know that unless you are told it's a refugee settlement, because they can do cultivation, they can do petty trade, they are operating mobile money accounts. So the policy is favorable that they can now also open accounts, they can access accounts. With
the microfinance?
Yes, they can borrow.
Okay.
So it's up to the microfinance to know how much can I lend to them, because they have to participate in the economic activities. What used to be there in the past, what I used to know under UNHCR arrangement, was to make them busy by giving them churches were there and football pitches were there.
Yes.
So they wake up in the morning is to go for games. But at that time, maybe they would know the duration of their being refugees is short. But now that they are becoming part of the settlers and they are refugees, they are now accessing money. And financial institutions have picked interest to go, because they are active youth. They can still do some work. Yes. Okay. So what matters is for them to be registered and they are known and they are issued a card. And one of the requirements is either to open an account or even to access a phone line is the refugee card. So if you have that one, you are covered. So financial inclusion now, that's why we actually call it inclusion and deepening. Because you cannot deepen when you are leaving out some people.
Definitely.
Yes.
Then we can also mention the ladies, because the ladies are also part of the, those special, which we consider special groups when it comes to financial inclusion.
Yes.
Women in financial inclusion.
I was looking at the number of people with accounts, 12 million. 46 are ladies.
46 are ladies.
And 54. And 54 are the men.
Sorry, yeah.
So meaning the gap is narrowing. So it's still now, you see, we have some institutions specifically which promote again the literacy and financial inclusion in ladies. Like women groups, specifically, even if you are a man and you are active, you are not a woman, you will not be there. So still there is that affirmative action that some financial institutions, they come particularly to make products for ladies. You have had in some commercial banks, Superwoman,
yeah,
they have had packages for Superwoman. I think, and when you open the account for Superwoman or you join groups of women and you go, then now you recruit other women into groups. So I think with time it's going to be 50-50 because now the women are also active in business equally, and these strategies are there. You find the special packages for women, even on interest rate. They will say if you are a woman, your interest rate will be this. So that inclusion is still on the side now of gender is also important now, and it has come up and it has narrowed the gap in the financial sector.
Very interesting. Maybe now as we sum it up shortly, let's talk about there is an issue of borrowers not paying back money. I mean, the underserved population, are they really willing to pay back money when they borrow? It's easy to take the loan.
Yes. This is interesting. Not only to and the message is to everybody.
To everybody, actually.
Yes, the underserved as we come to you, and the properly served.
Exactly.
It's very important that when you borrow, you pay. Even 20,000 on mobile money, because now, even now these apps where people are lending, we are going to have to be interconnected. You default. See, when someone is going to give you money, that's what they call scoring, and they are trying to look for your character. That's why now financial institutions are giving out money without collateral.
Okay, by looking at the history.
They don't want your car. They are leaving your house. They are leaving your whatever security you want to give them. They can lend to you based on character and scoring you. So a borrower who thinks has successfully borrowed and refused to pay, that information goes into credit reference bureau. Even if you refuse to pay national water, now our systems are able to tap into, you don't pay water, you don't pay Yaka, when you borrow little money on the phone, you don't pay. So everything is going to be aggregated into your financial card. Okay. So even when you are not seeing, when I've said you are in a certain mountain, Mount Ergon, and you are borrowing money, the systems are going to query with the technology now, even the artificial intelligence we are going for, it's going to query. Of course, it will not know that Joel, you borrowed from Dennis and you didn't pay. That one is not recorded somewhere. Those ones will survive. Those who borrow from each other, and they don't pay.
As long as it's not.
But if you borrow on phone, so all that information is going to be aggregated, tapped. So we have utilities, we have banks, we have telecommunications. So that's why you try to apply for money. They will say you are not eligible. The reason will not be told. So it's very important that when you borrow money, either on a small scale or large scale, pay it back. Remain with the clean record so that you remain appetizing for other lenders to lend to you. But if you think you just borrow money either on phone or anywhere and you don't pay, or you use utilities and you don't pay, one time it will catch up with you and you find that you are blacklisted and you will not be able to borrow from anywhere. So the viewers, make sure that when you borrow money, you have that culture of paying back. Then everybody will feel like, and people are there. People are called because of the good character you hear. Can we lend to you? Can we lend to you? Can we lend to you? But somewhere you walk into an institution, you are already in their books. You don't know, but you are already on the database. You try to borrow, they say no, we are not willing to give you money.
But do we try to understand what makes? Okay, there are people that actually may not borrow. I mean that maybe it's their habit not to pay back. But there are people that are genuinely trying to pay back, but the money has failed to come out. The economy is tough. And the person is really struggling.
Yes,
like, oh my goodness. Yes. And whenever he sees even the phone calls, it doesn't pick. And I understand from your perspective, you think he's a fraudster. So do you give some provisions, some sort of allowance? Okay, this person, they still seem genuine.
Yes.
But maybe things have just failed.
Yes. I want to talk about it in two folds. Even in the Bible, it was somewhere that before they take you to the chief, you go back to the person who owes you before they take you to the law.
Exactly, yes.
Isn't it? So if you find challenges and you had a good relationship with the financial institution, you go back and give you a plan. You say, money has not come this, but this is how I'm going to pay. Even sometimes an installment can be reduced. You say, I used to pay 200, I can now afford 100. Add me a period, then you enter into what they call reschedule. Rescheduling. Okay. They will reschedule for you. But when you take off, then now that's when they will do what?
The law will come in.
Yes, the law will come in. But still, when this is what we call credit assessment. When you come to me and say, I want 50 million, some banks, because they want to do the sales, they quickly want to give you the money.
The 50 million, yes.
The 50 million. But the professional banker, you'll go through the tests of that money. They say, no, you can't afford to take 50 million. Start with 15, attend to a purpose. For example, you wanted to build a house. You want 50 million to purchase.
To purchase a
Somebody
house.
say, take 10, use 5 to buy a plot, use 5 to start construction.
5M to start construction.
Then you build your house incrementally. Than taking 50 million, then you have no capacity to pay back. So ask the lenders also, are we doing good lending? Are we sensitizing our people? Or we are looking at, when I'm looking at you, I don't want to, if you are a politician and I'd see you here in the studio, I'll be saying, I wish you were in my constituency and you become a voter.
A voter.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
So when I see you, I shouldn't look at you as my customer. I want to reap from
money.
you.
Yes.
So I should advise you and say, look, you want 10 million, but your capacity is 5. Start with 5 and we build each other. That's why you find that somebody, you see testimonies in some borrowers, they say, I started borrowing 5 million. And I now borrow 500 million. After 10 years, my business has been built on relationship and it has increased. But somebody will tell you, I borrowed 10 million from a certain institution and it became a curse. Even they already say, it ate my money, even my money went. Meaning that institution didn't teach the person the financial behavior. Say, you want a house of 50 million, start with 10, buy a plot. After 1 year, take another 1 million, put materials. After 1 year, incrementally. So in 5 years, you'll have the house. Then have the house in 1 year, and it's again taken away.
Taken away by yes.
Are you getting me? So the lenders also have a big role to play in educating the masses, not looking at them like, let's reap from you. No, let's educate you and we'll grow together. That's, I think, the most important thing. That's what causes the other default, because you are not educated. Though they are also the bad characters we talked about, they are there, but, but the moment you do credit assessment, which is proper, and you talk with the person, you find that you have given the money which is within the capacity to pay back.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dennis. It's been a great pleasure. Yes, I've been with Mr. Dennis Mbika. He's a sales manager at Leshego, Uganda Limited, and we've been sharing matters to do with opportunities available into the financial sector. And as we are winding it up, we are looking at the Microfinance Deposit Taking Act and the enhancement it has put into these different institutions. Well, still on that note, to remind you, channel 372 on DSTV, channel 320 on GOTV, and you can go to free to air to you can access us there, and go to your Google Play Store at the same time. Download the Smart Digital application. You'll be able to stream Smart 24 TV anywhere. You could be heading back home, you're stuck in jam, or you could be coming from home, heading to work, stuck in jam. You can stream Smart 24 TV and on our social media handles at Smart 24 TV. That's on Twitter, Smart 24 TV Live. That's on Facebook, and Smart24.tv. That's our official website where you can be able to get all the business matters. If you're doing research and you need facts, business-related facts, Smart24.tv is available there for you. Well, have yourselves a very wonderful day and be productive. Of course, see you tomorrow. Thanks for being part of the show.